Good evening, it's Monday night. Monday night. Welcome, Monday the 17th of May 2021. A very good evening to you, and welcome to Bracknell here in Royal Berkshire for tonight's United Kingdom talk, coming to you live from the Mirable studio here in Royal Berkshire. Evening, gang. If you're in a chat box, the way to contact me is not in the chat box. I'm not in there. Send us a text up there, top left-hand corner, 07451 287 337 is my text number, okay? 07451 287 337. Or you can send an email that'll come through to me as well, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Or we'll be opening the phone lines a little bit later on, all right? For your entertainment, my dears. Well, is it going to stop raining? We've had so much rain here today, I cannot believe it. It just keeps coming down, and it's heavy as well. It's really heavy. Endless rain. My water butts, I'm pleased to announce, are completely full. I do like it when I've got a full butt. I'm really, really pleased. It gives me great pleasure whenever I've got a full butt. You know, and I want Mark Bowles to know that, because I think he's into that sort of thing as well. Mark Bowles does like a full butt. I love a full butt, and they are. I've got two. I've got two water butts here, and they're both completely full up. Isn't that good news? Is it raining where you are? Is it? It's awful here. Awful. Although, I did miss it this morning. I was quite pleased, actually. I finished my radio show, 10 o'clock. 10:15, I'm out with my litter bag and picker. And I went round and I filled up a bag because I discovered a little area kind of behind some roadworks. Oh, the mess behind it. Not from the roadwork people. Someone had obviously had been dumping rubbish over there. Not recently, because it was quite old rubbish. I went behind there and I practically filled up my bag with that. So I was only out today for about an hour and a quarter. And I dropped the litter bag off to its place and came back home and did some lunch. So that was my morning. But I just missed the rain, and I got back in and... It really started pouring down, absolutely pouring down. Awful. Have we got any nice weather? I don't think I looked at the weather forecast, actually, funnily enough. So once again, gang, if you're going to send us a message, 07451 287 337 on the text, or email chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I hope you're here for the full content of this programme. I hope no one's just tuned in to try and get the £10,000. You know. I mean, it would fill me with dread and unhappiness if I knew people were just watching to see what they could get out of me. I mean, it would make me very upset. Oh, I haven't got tissue in there. Oh, yes, I have. It's an old crusty one in here. There we are. It would fill me with upset to think that people could possibly watch this programme just to try and get the £10,000. But all will be revealed exclusively and in a newspaper on this programme tonight. We got some texts already. Good evening to George Bonds. Good evening, George. George has been busy. George has painted a picture. He is an artist. George, how's your nan, George? How's your nan today? She's still around, is she? How is she? I must send her some flowers at some point. You know, beautiful. They do some beautiful wreaths. I like those. Beautiful they are. I hope she's very well. Do send her my kindest regards to your beautiful nan, my darling George. But George has been busy. He's been painting. And he's sent in a little picture that he spent time and effort doing, okay? And I am willing to show it to you. In exchange... Nothing is free in this world, my dears. Nothing is free in this world. In exchange for just 19 likes. I mean, I'm practically giving it all away tonight, aren't I? Practically giving it all away. In exchange for 19 likes, I will show you this work of art. I mean, what George has painted, you won't see that in the Tate Gallery. The stuff in the Tate Modern Gallery, that's all crap stuff. This is a professional thing George has painted, and I'd like to show it to you, but I'm sorry, there's nothing that's free in this world, as you well know. All I require is 19 likes or a £100 super chat. It's up to you what you do. It's up to you what you do. 19 likes. We've got 5 at the moment. So a little bit of... I'm stretching it today. I'm pushing you to your limits. Are you feeling pushed off the mountain or something? No, don't. Sorry, I thought about his nan again. Yes, not off the mountain. Pushed pushed. I don't want you to feel, that you need to hit that like button. But if you do, I might have a little picture to show you from George that he has painted, took time and effort to send in. Don't disappoint George. He wants his work to be shown, so send it through, okay? 8 likes at the moment on that. Come on, chop, 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 chop. 9 now. 9. Oh, you've gone mad. Everyone all right? I mean, set up another YouTube account if you have to, just to give me another like, okay? If possible. If possible. So that's the George picture coming off a little bit later on. And good evening to you, George. He's just texted in there. Good evening to Alan Russell in London. Good evening, Alan, who says, evening, Chris. Bet you're really looking forward to the karaoke to return this week. Certainly am. Yes, that will be Friday night. Actually, no, foolishly, I haven't put the poster on here, have I? Oh, I haven't put the poster on here to show you. But yeah, I've got a little poster. It's on my Facebook. Facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK. If you want to find that, advertising the karaoke. I've also, believe it or not, had another inquiry about a quiz night in Islington. They're not ready to go yet. They just want to see what happens. They didn't want to start doing loads of stuff. And suddenly we're all closed down because of something being sent over from India. Is it coming over in envelopes? Perhaps it's a scam. The Indian variant coronavirus could be a scam. You know what they're like. And if the Indian coronavirus rings you up tonight, I recommend just put the phone down. Don't start talking to them. Okay? Because you'll be scammed. You'll be scammed out of all your good cells in your body. They will take all those from you if you start talking. Just put the phone straight down. Don't worry about being rude. Put the phone down. Oh, hello. Yep. Hello. This is BT. I can't do an Indian accent. Can anyone do it? This is BT. There is a virus in your computer. I'll have to just do it in a deep voice. There is a virus in your computer. Can you do this for me and enter these numbers and let me know when you've done that, please? And then they take over your computer and empty it of all your important things, like passwords. I mean, I use the same password for everything, to be honest. 1111, 111, and then when you need an extra character, I usually use a dot, as in a full stop. Or, in America, I speak many languages. In American, it is period. Full stop or period. That's what we say. All right, my darlings, that's the thing there. So thank you, Alan. Good evening to Mark Bowles. Good evening, Petal. Good evening, Mark. We have a new picture from Mark Bowles, which I think I revealed to you last week. You haven't got to pay for Mark. He's free. If I did have to charge you to look at Mark Bowles, he would be worth every single penny. He's like a slot machine. You just push it in the slot. Yes. Anyway, here's a picture of Mark, who's watching tonight. Look at him sitting there in a pub. He's actually looking at me holding the camera there, wondering or not whether or not he should make a move. I can tell that. What you can't see there, and I was very crafty with this picture, I was actually sent this picture by his girlfriend, Tina. She was in the picture as well. Can you see how I've cut her out? She was on the right-hand side. You can see her glass in the picture. I thought, well, why would anyone want to see Mark Bowles' girlfriend? Well, I don't. So we just got the picture of him on tonight. As always, thank you very much, all right? Evening, Mark. Hello to John Parrish. Happy to see you again. Did you get my email? And Sherry playing the piano and the 12-inch records. Thank you very much, John. Yes, and very talented your wife is too. I was very surprised. She's better than me. I can't read music. Her fingers were flowing. If you ever watched my fingers playing the piano, I'm not really a pianist. I kind of taught myself and it's all a bit banging. You know what I mean? I don't know how I get away with it at church. Here, I've learnt... Is Shania with us? I don't know if Shania's with us. But I've learnt now on the keyboard. So once I've learned it on the piano, well, I don't actually. I just learn it straight onto the organ. Once I've learnt it, I do try and play it at church. I have now learnt Peaches, Justin Bieber, do 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 do. I mean, you would know that that's the song being played. Although I do disguise it a little bit, Oh, I can't believe he's playing a pop tune in our church. Be like that with some of the people, Other people, like the youngsters, love it. Youngsters love it. So Peaches, Mr. Blue Sky, sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud loads of clouds here today and rain. Awful. So that one, Mr. Blue Sky, and It's a Sin. La da 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 da. I'm not sure when to play that one, to be honest. I'll have to have another listen to the words. May not be able to do that one. Da, da, da. It's very easy. Da, 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 da. Maybe I can get a set of drum sets up in the organ gallery. Anyone play the drums? Want to do that? Gang, it's a phone-in show. We'll be opening the phone lines a little bit later on as well. Don't forget, you can text in 07451 287 337 or send an email. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk is the email address. There's quite a few texts there at the moment. Danny Woodhouse is there. Good evening, Danny. Who says he is feeling nice today. Well, it's very unusual. I'm glad you're feeling nice, Danny. Glad you're feeling nice. Hello to Fran Green. Evening, Fran. Hello to Paul in Cornwall. What is the opening on your show tonight? I like that music. Oh, God. Oh, I can't remember now. We've had that music for months now, or probably about a year now. I can't remember what it's called. I shall quickly look. Royalty free. Where is it? There it is. I don't know. Bonnie Grace. Is this it? Is this it? No, I don't think that's it. Hang on a minute. I'll find it for you. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. I think it's Bonnie Grace. Hang on a minute. Just a minute. Beginning of an Era? No, not that one. I can't find it. Oh, All Men on Deck. I can't find it now. I can't remember. Sorry, can't remember at the moment. I should try and remember that and come back to you maybe tomorrow morning. I cannot remember what it is for the life of me. Try the what's that called? Shazam thing. Try the Shazam thing when it's playing around. Evening to Jason Hughes. Hello, Jason Hughes. Evening, Jason. Maureen. Good evening, Maureen. I can't listen to your radio shows as I haven't got full internet. Is it possible you could put some on YouTube? Sadly not, Maureen. If I could, I would. If I could, that's even before you've asked me. Unfortunately, all the music is copyright, you see. And if I was to put that on YouTube, I'd start getting emails saying, oh, you can't do that, and they take you off and all that sort of thing. And that's why. That's why it's not on YouTube. It can only be on the radio and that. So sorry about that, Maureen. I would love to. Believe me, I would love to, but it's just not possible. All right, my darling, just not possible. I'm just wondering if I mean, there are other people. I noticed again, you haven't got it, but on TikTok, there's people that go live on TikTok, and they're DJs, and they seem to do it. And there's various other websites that you can do it, but if you've not got any full internet access, I don't know how you can watch it on there. Really, I'm afraid, I have a spare YouTube channel at the moment. I could try and put it on there at the same time as we're going out and see what happens. So if I get I don't think that affects your whole YouTube account, but if I put it on there, they would strike that. I think they would strike that channel and not everything else, which would be okay, really. It wouldn't really bother me. I don't know if they'd strike your whole account or not, to be honest, Maureen. So sorry about that. At the moment, no. And I don't see that we would ever be able to do that unless YouTube changed something. Because they all want little bits of money here, there and everywhere. The copyright people, you see, that's the problem. They fail to realise, there's only a handful of people listening. I think they assume like 10 million people are listening to your shows. Good evening to Ray Reynolds. Evening, Ray. Hi to Ray Reynolds. Evening, Ray. There's my lovely Paul Brown. Good evening, Paul. Good evening. He's arrived just in time for tonight's orgy of entertainment. Sometimes I accidentally leave a little gap, at the end of words, and it comes across as it shouldn't do. Not that I'd possibly know that that was going on. Yes. Evening to you, Paul. Hello, Paul. Evening to Roy Brownlow. I found. Answer immediately. Rude. No, bloody phone line ain't open yet, is it, Roy? Are you that thick? As I said, is there something up there that says phone line open? No. Wait your turn, dear. Wait your turn. George, it's called the tournament. Thank you. That's it, the tournament. That's the one. It's called the tournament. Now let me try and find it again. I thought it was Bonnie someone or other. UKT start music. TOURN. Let's just type that in. TORN. Is it? Nope. Is spring traditional? Together is better. I'm not finding that at the moment. No, we're going to spend too much time doing that, I'm afraid. Evening to Shania Steele. Good evening, Shania. Hello, Shania. I've learnt it's a sin now on the church organ. I really must do some little videos and send them privately to you, Shania. I don't think anyone else would want to see that sort of thing. And good evening to the lovely, the delightful Paul in Enfield. Good evening, Paul, who said, evening, Mr. Wonderful. That's me, Mr. Wonderful. Super smashing great. What do you think about people not taking up the vaccine? Are they selfish? No, I don't think they're selfish. I think they've read stuff on the internet. The usual people that read stuff on the internet and believe it, you know. I think they're doing themselves an injustice. That's what I think. I don't think they're selfish at all. I really don't. You know, you should have the choice whether or not you want to have it done. I think they're putting themselves in great danger. Great danger, really. They're talking about that new Indian variant thing a lot at the moment, aren't they? Old Matt Karaoke Queen Hancock. Have you seen the Matt Karaoke Queen Hancock video of him singing at a karaoke night? Has anyone seen it? Yeah, it's on YouTube. Just type in Matt Hancock karaoke. And he's not one of those that just stands in front of a microphone looking bored. He puts great effort into his singing. Anyway, he's been on there talking about it. And I think some people are in hospital. Quite a few people are in hospital up north with it. But they are all people, all of them, who have not had the vaccine. So you take your choice. You take your choice. You know, if you really believe that it's not for you, then fine. Are they selfish? No. No, I don't think they're selfish. But, you know, when these people who haven't had a vaccine and you have, and you're doing all the careful stuff and they're not doing any of it, and you don't want them near you, you know, they shouldn't be upset by that. That's your choice. They chose not to have the vaccine. You chose not to stand too close to them and that sort of thing. You know, whether they're in a pub or whatever. So that's what I think about that, all right? Gary Ross says, overflowing butt. Two of them outside, overflowing. I'd love to have Mark Bowles' overflowing butt. I really would. Fran Green, hello. We have 4 water butts, 2 small and large ones as well. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, I've got 2 great big massive ones. I just had to reposition one actually, because I noticed last week when we had our latest downpour last week, you know, before today's ones, the water was coming out of the top and it had gone forward a bit. Remember, it's my DIY that installed these things, and basically it's a couple of bits of paving stone on the garden. That's it, right? And then water butt stand, and then water butt. I mean, the pipe I had to cut. Not saying anything. The pipe I had to cut to put the little tube. But I mean, I did do it. This is some years ago. But now and again, I have to reset it because it starts leaning forward. Because, you know, because the ground has gone down a little bit. I could get someone in to do it, I suppose. Not at the moment, though. Evening to Rachel Wheatland. Good evening, Rachel, my dear. Hello to you. Hello to Luke Trott, who says, can I be the boss or for your YouTube? Hello, Chris. What can I be the boss of for your YouTube? I don't know. I don't know. The boss of my YouTube. I don't know. I don't know. It is Bonnie Grace. Is it Bonnie Grace the tournament? Okay. It is Bonnie Grace the tournament. Now, let me see if I can find that for you now. And then we can double check that and play a little bit of it. Thank you, George. He knows all the songs. I think I'm going to have to just search my whole music thing and be done with it. Paste. Let's just search the whole music folder. And there it is. Let's see if this is it. There you go. All right, so it's Bonnie Grace and the tournament. I try YouTube for that. You won't be able to get it from the same place as I get it because I pay £10 a month, you see, and that covers all the music that I play on this show. I can't play pop songs or anything like that. All that music that you hear before is all covered by that one license. Oh, well, it should be anyway. I mean, I got an email from YouTube last week saying, "Oh, this song is copyright." And I looked at it and I thought, well, that's one of the songs I use. I only play music from that site, nowhere else. So my brother-in-law told me about that. And then you all save £10 a month, and that it's £10 a month per channel. So of course the bingo channel we did have when that was running, we had music on there. That was another £10 a month. So when we stopped the bingo, I was able to cancel that and save the tenner. Thanks so much for that, George. Now, how are we doing on the likes for Mark Bowles? I'm sorry, Mark. I've got you on the brain tonight. I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. Every time I close my eyes, I can just see your face sitting there at the bar in the pub. How are we doing on likes for George Bond's picture? Only 15 at the moment, okay? I did promise you I'll show George Bond's piece of artwork that he has painted, okay? They spent time and effort painting. I will show it to you in exchange for just 19 likes, okay? We have 15 at the moment, so we're almost there. Almost there. We're almost there. Okay? Just another 17 now. Oh my God, we're going up. But the imps are going up, as nephew Jimmy Butler says. The imps are going up. The imps are going up. Apparently it's some sort of football team and they all go around. They do all this chanting, don't they? They're chanting. Yeah, I mean, I walked past a group of football fans once and they appeared to be chanting at me I couldn't quite hear them in the background. It's probably best that I didn't. Okay, we've got 19 likes. Thank you very much. And I bless you in the name of the Father, the Son and the Holy Ghost for the likes that you've given this show tonight. And you've made a sad old puff really happy. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. And here comes George Bonds' excellent picture that he painted. There you go, George. There you go. He spent time and effort doing that today. Do you know what? I actually like that. Now, there's a word. I can't think of the word for the life. Is it abstract? Is that the word I'm looking for? When they take, I don't know, a picture of something that they take, I don't know what the word is. It might be abstract. It might be something. I like what you've done there. I do. The fact that the blue isn't coloured in completely. It's just like splodges. I think that's blooming good. I really like. The only thing I don't like it was the www at the top there, which we kind of got rid of some years ago. It does now and again appear, but we don't really need it anymore. But thank you very much, George. I do appreciate time and effort that you put in to make that for us there, my love. All right. Well done. Well, round of applause for George Bond. Come on, everyone. Round of applause for George Bond's artwork there. I've got something else to show you today. No, not that. Oh, you are awful this morning. I've got something else to show you today. Now, shall I just show it or shall I ask for a few more likes? I'm going to ask for a few more likes. I just don't care today. Glenda's birthday cake. Do you want to see that? Right, so we've got 24 at the moment, okay? Let's ask for 34 likes altogether to show you Glenda's birthday cake. Do you like birthday cake? Great nephew Harry had a birthday cake last week. Chocolate. As made by his mum Stacey. It was delicious. She has absolutely sussed out cake making. Seriously, you may have seen it on the little video that I showed you on Friday's show. Absolutely delicious. It looked like something that had come out of Petite Valerie. Seriously, the texture inside, you know, when you cut it, you know, when you do a home cake, sometimes it's a bit hard, not hot, compressed. What do you call it? Bit heavy. This wasn't. Oh, it was absolutely delicious. This cake. Well, Glenda had her birthday as well on the same day. Glenda's birthday is on Friday. She sent in a picture of a cake. You want to see that? 33 likes, darling. Did I say 33? We'll call it 33 anyway. There's 25 at the moment. Just another few likes, and I'll show you that as well, okay? If you're new to the show, welcome along. If you're in the chat box or put in comments underneath Facebook, I don't see those. To contact me, please send a text 07451 287 337 or use the email chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. If you're in the States, for some reason the texts do not come to me. I don't know why. We don't know why that is, but the texts don't get to me if you're texting from the States, okay? So best to send an email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right then. George says the problem with that, Chris, the people who like the video not like the video again. They can only like it once. That's right. They can only like it once. They can only like it once. You run out of likes, dear. I would advise setting up another YouTube account so you can like it 200 times. 200 times. Roy Brownlow says, is it a Banksy, not a George picture? It is a Banksy type picture, isn't it? Let's get that back up again there. That is a Banksy type picture. There's a word for pictures that are done like that, where they take something and you can see what it still is, but they change it. And I can't remember for the life of me what it's called, but it's abstract. I quite like that. I'm not a fan of modern art at all. No, you know, unmade beds or things like that they have in the Tate Modern Gallery. And when you say it's rubbish, then they say, but you don't know the story behind it, you know. Well, sometimes you don't. Well, you don't know the story behind me, do you? Huh? Perhaps these things are best kept secret here, unless I will appear on the front page of the Daily Mail, which I hope one day will happen. Okay, want to make £10,000? £10,000. How would you like to make £10,000? Let's show you a little bit of cash there. Look at those £50 notes. How many of those have you got in your wallet? I haven't seen a £50 note for over a year now. Over a year. How sad is that? You know, you would have thought at some point someone would have sent one through the post to me or a couple. No £50 notes. Well, there's a girl here has learnt it. Now, the thing is, and I've always said this, particularly with TikTok, not so much YouTube. I think on YouTube there are very, very many talented people, very talented people. There's a lot of crap on there, as you know, but there's a lot of talented people. Or there's people who do make it stuff, like Martin, like my nephew Gary. Okay, make it stuff that is of interest to a certain type of person, bit blokey type people. Do you know what I mean by that? Blokey type people, and they have great interest, and they find their thing. Do you know what I mean? And they do it, and lots of people watch. Right? Okay. So if you find something like that, and you can find the crowd that likes it, either with tags and things like that, which I find incredibly complicated. Incredibly complicated. I don't seem to be able to do that, but there you go, one of those things. Then you've got it. The other way to do it on YouTube and also on things like TikTok and Instagram is your youthful looks. You can do it with youthful looks. You really can. Which is beyond me. I mean, if you can do it with youthful looks, I don't understand why more people aren't watching this. I mean, look at me. If I told you my age, you'd be very, very surprised, wouldn't you? You would be surprised. I mean, if I was to sort of, if I was to put this picture up here, on my profile pages, on my dating apps and all that, I know I would be inundated with messages. Huh? Perhaps I could use that picture and do one of those artificial intelligence videos, with a little dance. They usually take the face and the head and they put a little dance thing like that, and I could pretend it's me. Just imagine the disappointment when people knock on the door and you open it and I'm standing there and not him. One of those things, isn't it? But this lady is making £10,000 a day. Oh, where's my phone? Oh, just a minute now. Could you hold a moment? Please hold while we try and connect you. One moment. I'll go and get my little mobile phone and I can take a picture of her picture and show you the picture of her picture that I've taken with my picture. One moment, please. Please hold the line while we try and connect you. Your call is important to us and you'll be connected to a customer services representative as soon as one becomes available. Please hold the line. Thanks for calling Orange Customer Services. All our operators are busy at the moment. However, you are held in a queue. Your call is important to us and you will be replied to as soon as possible. Here we go. So here's the girl, right? Excuse me. Oh, I just burped then. Hope you didn't hear that. There you go. Okay. So here's the girl. She's pretty. Yeah, she's pretty. That's the other way to get YouTube and... not so much YouTube, but TikTok videos, that sort of thing. Young, pretty. Oh, wow. Let's send her a message and see if we can get, you know. That's basically it. You know that. We are of an age that we understand that. We're not stupid. Oh, no, I'm not watching her for her looks. Yeah, if you say so, dear. It's like the gym boys on there, you know. I'm always ogling through those. Anyway, so she makes £10,000 a day. Her name is Alicia Brieur. I don't know how you say that. She downloaded TikTok last year. It was just another way to pass time in lockdown. So how does she make this £10,000? 12 months ago, she's 17 years old from Milton Keynes, which is, who was from Milton Keynes? Isn't DJ Swish from Milton Keynes? I think Swish is from Milton Keynes. 17-year-old from Milton Keynes. She's raking in £10,000 a day. £10,000 a day. Now, what are these footballers? That's more than the footballers, isn't it? £10,000 a day, according to The Sun. Thanks to her viral lip syncing. If you don't know what lip syncing is, it's where you play a song and you move your lips in time so it looks like you're singing it. Now, some people are very good at this. I'm okay. I reckon if I was to practice doing that, I could probably do it. Because I've seen drag queens doing it for years. Most of the drag queens can do it perfectly. You wouldn't know it's not them singing. Well, she sussed it out as well. She uploads videos of herself lip syncing to various songs. Speaking to the Daily Mirror, she's an A-level student. She explained how her university plans have been put on hold now that she's bagging lucrative sponsorship deals with brands like Lancome, Urban Outfitters, Boohoo and Fenty Beauty. These are all sort of young persons type things, don't you? You see, and if you get them, all these young people are watching you, you know, then the big firms see this. The big firms see this happening, right? And so they ring her. Oh, hello. What's her name again? Alicia. Oh, hello, Alicia. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's Ralph Lauren here. Yes. We like your videos very much. Could we send you a load of our clothes to wear and talk about them on your show? And they just send her the clothes, so often along with money. Very good. I mean, if you can do it, good luck to her. That's what I say. She says, it gave me something to do during the pandemic when I wasn't studying for my A-levels. Alicia said, if I'm now able to make £10,000 some days, I'm going to focus on my videos. There's no point in going to university. Well, maybe not at the moment, dear. But it might be that once you sort of start looking a little bit older, I don't think she'll ever be ugly. No one's ugly, are they? There are no ugly people in the world. There aren't. There's no ugly people in the world. Everyone has got beauty in there, if you can see it. You know, if you're so negative all the time and all you can see is negativity all the time, you're not going to see the beauty. There is beauty in everything. Even Gemma Collins. I know! I can't believe I said it myself. Even Gemma Collins. There's beauty in... I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it's there. I'm sure it's there. It says, but how does it work? When she's not miming the words to popular songs from the Bee Gees, Drake, Sugar Babes, Alicia, how do you say it? Alicia is making fashion and beauty transition clips to show off her wardrobe and makeup skills. The majority of my videos are lip syncing to music. She added, none of them take too long. Even a transition video only takes half an hour to make. I don't know what a transition video is. I have no idea what that is. She says once Alicia's TikToks started to blow up on the platform, then that means get popular. I don't know where these expressions come out. You know, some kid from a university decides to use the term blow up. Oh, what is that? You know, what does that mean? Do you know what that means, Mark? Blow up. What is that? I don't know what that is. Blow up. Once Alicia's TikTok started to blow up, as in get popular, on the TikTok platform and rack up millions of views, it didn't take long until she was signed by digital talent manager Jessica Heinig of Unlocking Branding, you see. So there are people watching these videos. I mean, you know, the sad thing is that in the must be 15 years I've been doing this now. In the 15 years I've been doing this, there must have been certain people of importance who have seen this and thought, nah. But here we still are, having a laugh, and that's what it's about. She says, needless to say, her parents' profession means they're not allowing Alicia to waste money, and the teen says she's being sensible about savings because her parents are financial advisors. So that's brilliant. She's got the cash coming in, and she probably at that age they want to buy clothes and all that business and little handbags and oh God knows what else. They buy all that. But if she's got her head screwed on, you will put some of that away. I mean, £10,000 a day, you can afford to be putting 60, say you got £10,000 a day for a week, you could put £69,000 in the bank, couldn't you? Ready for the future. Wow, £10,000 a day. I mean, I think I got £5 off Gary Ross a few weeks ago. So that's not bad. It's a start. It's a start. Thank you, Gary. She says my two really close friends have also been really supportive. And so that's how she does it. How blooming marvellous is that? I think it's wonderful that what she's doing there. Do you do lip syncing at all? So you want to earn £10,000? Number one, look pretty. That's all of you. All of you. And number two, start lip syncing to music. Now, of course, because of copyright, I can't do a demonstration of that here. You know, I can sing without the music. Better the devil you know. That one, yeah. I mean, perhaps I could represent the United Kingdom at the Eurovision Song Contest one year, just like my friend Nikki French did 21 years ago. I think she was at the bottom, but that's not the point. She was on there. It's not the point. Nikki French, dear friend of mine, she started with me when I booked her. I was DJing at a place called Harpo's in Earls Court. And she came in and she said, can I have a booking? I said, yeah, go on then. I think that's where she started with me. Lovely lady, Nikki French, wonderful lady. But of course, talking Eurovision, you know it's on Saturday. I mean, I was gobsmacked. I was watching the telly the other day and old Graham Norton's voice came on. Eurovision, I'd completely forgotten all about it. From Rotterdam, Eurovision Song Contest. It's on Saturday, so they've got the semi-finals tomorrow and Thursday, and the main event on Saturday. I think they're showing it at the pub, actually, Central Station. I've got to go down there tomorrow night, because guess what? It's not ready yet, is it? So I'm going down there now to put a couple of wires in, and I don't think there's a stage. Now, funnily enough, I have a little stage. It's only so high, okay? And it's about one... Now, you're wondering why I'm looking down here, aren't you? I've got the wood from the top of the stage underneath this chair, right? Otherwise, it's straight on carpet, and it doesn't move so well. So I think I'm going to take this piece of wood up and take it down the pub tomorrow, and they can use it as a stage for a karaoke. Otherwise, we're down on the floor, and it's not so good, that. Let's do some of your text there. Roy Brownlow says, Mark's head needs ironing in that picture. Mine's as bad, like an unmade bed. Don't be saying that about our Mark, please. I won't have people saying nasty things about my mark on this programme. Okay? You're very lucky you're not blocked there. Doesn't need his head ironed at all. What you chatting about? You can only ever dream of looking as good as that, Roy Brownlow. You will never look that good. You never did, and you never will, dear. I take back what I say about beauty is in everyone. Including Gemma Collins. Mark said. Roy's been making magic tricks and props all week. Not a brilliant DIY. No, me neither, mate. No, I can't do it either. Don't worry about that. Hello to the lovely Jeff. Good evening, Jeff. Hello, Jeff. Hi, Chris. Hope you're well. Thought you were at the caravan. We are both fine. I was up there Friday and Saturday. I was up there. Luke Trott says, sing a song for us tonight, Chris. Hallelujah. Milk and honey. Hallelujah. Da, da, da. I love it. I love it. The other Israeli song I really like was a song called Light a Candle. Do you know that one? Light a candle with me. 1,000 candles in the night will open your heart. Sung by Sajid someone or other. And she's beautiful. I love that. It's on YouTube. The only thing is the quality of the picture is not good, really. You can actually get old Eurovisions on DVD now. Yeah. I mean, from the main makers. And sometimes, if you can't get the year you want, go on eBay and someone's probably recorded it on the telly, although the quality might not be that good. I used to have a whole set of VHS cassettes with Eurovision Song Contests on them. I've got rid of them all. I just stopped playing VHSs. But Hallelujah, Milk and Honey. Funnily enough, that's one of Great Nephew George's favourite records, or it was. It was some years ago. Hallelujah, Milk and Honey. Do you like that one? Hallelujah, the bells will be ringing. La da 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 da. Hallelujah, da 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 da. How many key changes are there in that? God, do you know that one, Shania? Hallelujah. I could play that one on the. No, I wouldn't be able to play that on the organ. Too many key changes. Too many black notes, dear. I can't cope with too many black notes, or flats or sharps. Can't do it. Thank you, Luke. Good evening to Sherry Parrish. Good evening, Sherry. Nice to see you happy and cheerful as usual. You're such a good entertainer, she says. Thank you very much. Life would be boring without you, innit? I'd be bored if I wasn't in my own life. I'll be honest with you. If I wasn't here, I'd be really bored. That's true. When I'm not sitting here doing this, I am bored, unless I'm playing with the kids. I'm bored to tears. Bored. Amelia, good evening, Amelia Phillips. Evening to Amelia Phillips. Hello to Diane Jebb. Good evening, Diane. Mick built in Scotland in house. Artist impression of George's drowning. How do I do that? How do I do George drowning? George doesn't want to drown, do you, George? George says, I hate my picture. Well, I don't. I don't hate it. It's very good, George, and thank you very much. Roy Brownlow, open the lines. I haven't got all night. I've got to rehearse. Well, go and rehearse and then come back to us. We're doing something at the moment. Aren't you impatient tonight, Roy? Very impatient, dear. Calm down. Calm, Roy. Calm. What's wrong with him tonight? Very, very impatient, Roy. Lines are now open. Give us a call. 020 8144 3477 is my local London number. If you fancy a phone call tonight, give us a call. 020 8144 3477. If you're in a chat box or on the comment section on Facebook sending me a message, I'm afraid I don't see those. I'm not on there. You need to either call in or email. You saw the email a moment ago. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, or you can call in there. Or text your message to 07 451 287 337. 07 451 287 337. And that is my text number. Okay, rightio. Now, where are we going to now? Built in Scotland. What's he say here? Drawing. Artist impression, George's drawing. Is that what it's called? Yes, that's it. Artist's impression, that's right. So George did an artist's impression of... Let's bring it up again. I appreciate it, George. There's nothing wrong with this picture. That is an artist impression. George is the artist, and that's his impression of my little logo there. Thank you very much, George. Okie doke, let's take a call. Good evening, Roy. That's not working, is it? I tell you what, I've got a little... I've tried to answer the call, and it's just going around like that, and I don't know why that is. That doesn't seem to be working, does it? Let's end that. Try again. That's not worked, has it? Anyone else want to try a call? That's strange, very strange. Let's try again. Let's try a second attempt. Good evening, Roy.
Well, I played you a nice jingle and you cut me off.
What nice jingle?
Hold on. Pin your ears back.
Right.
A bit of sellotape. Hold on.
Is this going to take... No, we couldn't really hear that. Couldn't really hear that, I'm afraid.
Oh, what a shame.
Would you like to try again? Perhaps turn it up a bit more?
Oh, okay, yeah. Hold on a minute. Just a minute. I'll just put it through to my technical department. Hold on a minute.
Right.
Oh, okay. I've got to find the jingle again now.
Have you lost it now? These are my radio. I had these on in the morning.
Okay, here we go.
Yes.
Hold on. And open with... I'm going to put it with VLC because it's a bit louder. Oh, shut on. Can you hear that?
Well, it will do if you shut up. No, that's not happening, I'm afraid, Roy. No, can't hear that.
Oh, well, never mind.
What was it? Was it anything of
Ladies
interest to
and
anyone?
gentlemen, prepare yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for an evening of magic and illusion where the impossible is possible.
Right.
That's what it said.
Okay.
That's what it said. So
where's the illusion then?
I've got a big audition on Saturday, so I'm just trying to find some jingles.
Oh, so it's for your show, is it?
Yeah,
oh, yes.
It's got to be... Sorry?
Absolutely. You need an opening. You must have an opening. Absolutely.
Yeah,
You've got to have an opening, and that's yours there. Very, very important to have something like that.
Yeah, I've got an audition over Zoom for Nottingham's Got Talent. I'm through to the semis.
Okay. What is that? Some sort of local event, is it, that one?
Yeah, it's like a Britain's Got Talent, but it's not a talent. I think there was 400 entered, and I'm through to the semis, written by video.
Yeah.
And then Saturday I do an audition over Zoom for 4 or 5 judges, I think.
Oh, judges, right.
And then if I pass that, I go through to the gala final.
Right.
£4,000, I think, first prize.
Okay. See, I don't like the whole judge thing. You know, usually they'll have 4 or 5 people full of their own self-importance.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think I may be the only magician who's gone through on this round. So it gives me a bit of an edge. I'm actually, I'll tell you the routine I'm doing. Well, actually, you may have seen it. It's been on my Facebook.
Are you going to saw someone in half?
No. It's like a ghost routine.
It's like
I've got a bell that rings itself when I tell the spirit to ring it.
Say that again.
I've got the bells that you used to have on reception desk, the little bells you press like this.
Oh, I've got that. I've got that here. I've got it here.
Yeah, I've got one of them, but mine's haunted.
Brass. Wonderful. Yes, go on.
But mine's haunted, so when I tell my spirit guy to press it, he will press it. And you actually see the button go down and the bell ring.
Yes.
Because the spirit guy does it. And then I'll get one of the judges to pick a card. I put it back in a clear card box so they can see everything, and under on a piece of wood, under a glass dome. And then hopefully, if my spirit guide's working, he will raise the card that they chose, and it will rise above the rest of the cards.
Oh, nice one. Nice one.
And then the finale is that I then get them to pick I've got to do this, but I get them to pick a card, hold up one of their hands, left or right, and a 4-digit raffle number, and I'm going to predict that 4 days before the show. So it'll be on my Facebook, backdated. As you know, Facebook dates everything. You can't alter the date.
Yeah.
So it will be backdated like a week or something before.
Okay.
But you can't change that because Facebook does it.
Right. What's the importance of the date then?
Well, it proves that I predicted it a week before they made that choice.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you mean. Are you going to
If you
reveal
put something
how you do this trick?
Oh no, I can't,
Is it?
can't reveal.
Are you
the
are you a
secret.
member of the Magic Circle?
I'm in the Sussex branch of the Magic Circle.
The Magic Circle. You know Steve Allen's in that. Steve Allen, who does LBC. He's in the Magic Circle.
Yeah, I'm in the Sussex branch.
Right.
So that's my audition on Saturday. So I'm rehearsing because I'm hoping. Well, some of the bookings are drifting back in again. But hopefully,
Yes.
I've had two bookings. I've got I've been doing Zoom shows. I've got a Zoom show Wednesday night. Tomorrow night I'm watching a Zoom show by, you wouldn't have heard him, a guy called Paul Vudini. He actually lives at Burton-on-Trent.
Right.
He's very good. He dresses Victorian and he does like ghost type shows, like Victorian seance ghost magic shows.
Oh wow. Wow.
So I think it was about £5 to watch, but I'm watching him tomorrow night. So
You said
get some ideas.
You said you're in the Sussex branch of the Magic Circle, did you? Why Sussex?
Yeah. Well, I don't. Strange enough, Chris, I'm not a magic club person.
Right.
They can be very clicky. They can be very clicky.
Oh, that's the same with
Yeah.
everything. It's the same with everything. The whole DJ thing was very clicky, but I'm very much. How would you put it? A bit of a loner when it comes to doing stuff. I prefer to do it on my own. I mean, I did a long time ago now. A friend of mine, we did a radio show together. I think I lasted about 3 shows, and then we got halfway through. It was all recorded. Got halfway through the show, and I said, "Hang on a minute, I can't do this." And he's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "It's just not working for me." I thought, this is awful, and I like to be sort of left alone to do my own job. Do you know what I mean? I can sort of, if I was doing sort of not so much an interview, but a chat with someone, I can do that. But I can't sort of share a show with someone, you know? And I think there are other people out there.
Co-host, it's called.
Co-hosting and all that sort of thing. I mean, and then some of the powers that be above, not for me because I've never got to that sort of level, powers that above, and we've spoken about this before, they take radio presenters and big time DJs, and they decide it would be a good idea to put them with someone else. And this happened to Tony Blackburn on, I think it was Classic Gold or something like that he was on. And he was there, and there was some woman as well there as well with him. And you kind of listen to the show, go, what is the point of her? Why is she there? Do you know what I mean? And I think some people are quite happy to be able to do lots of things together.
That's why, Chris, I've never... I mean, the Sussex one, the story I began in that, I mean, obviously I don't live in Sussex. I started doing some of their Zoom shows and doing magic on their Zoom Live for the public and for the magicians that's in there.
Yes.
And they just said to me, Roy, why don't you join our branch of the Magic Circle? It's not the London branch. The London branch is the mainland, so I'd have to re-audition for that. And I said, well, I don't know. I said, well, what you've done so far, we like. You've obviously proved you're a magician. All we've got to do is like have a bit of a chat with you, question-answer thing. And, you know, then you can join. I mean, you know, I think it's £60 for £30 6 months. And you can, you know, we'll let you join and use that as the audition. So I thought, well, I've done it, so I may as well. So, but the London one, I would have to go to. The London one's very expensive. I'd have to go to. Well, you can do it over Zoom now. So I'd have to audition. Then they look at your audition.
Yes.
Then they decide whether they want you in. Oh, then you have a second audition when they ask you to talk to you about theory of magic and things like that.
Yes.
And then after doing all that, then they decide, well, do we want him or not?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
You paid about £150 at that stage, which you do get back, but if you don't get him. But even at that stage, after you've done all that, they can say, we don't really want him. You know, I mean, they refuse Penn and Teller.
Right. So but
You know,
that's
Penn and
like
Teller.
didn't someone refuse the Beatles? Someone refused the Beatles, didn't they? Do you remember that?
Did he? Oh, wow.
The Beatles, you know the Beatles, when they first
Yeah,
went
the
for
group.
some sort of
Yeah.
record deal, this bloke, someone turned them down. I can't remember who it was. Anyway, Roy, nice to talk to you tonight.
Chris, before I go,
Yes.
I'd like to congratulate. It's nice to know that Oxfam, like that woman, she's getting free clothes. That Oxfam is sending you the ones that the African children won't wear. And he's sponsored by Oxfam. It's nice to see
How
that,
rude.
Bye-bye. Been a pleasure for you.
Go away. Oxfam has sent me the clothes for this show. Oh dear, thank you, Roy. Anyone else want to call? I just noticed Danny Drayton just tried to call in there. Isn't he on the radio at the moment, Danny? I think he's on the radio at the moment. Danny, I don't know if you want to call back there. He probably wants to do a double. I thought he was. Isn't he on the radio tonight, Danny Drayton? I'm sure he is. Sorry, Danny, I can't take sort of two calls at the same time there. Just a second. Where are we now? There we go. There he is. Danny's calling in now. Good evening, Danny.
Good evening, how are you?
Hello. Aren't you on the radio at the moment?
Well, we are. We thought what we would do
Yes.
is we would call you
Yes.
while you're doing your show and I'm doing my show.
Oh, like a twosome, or something, or
It is-
threesome, but without the
it
third
is-
person.
It is like a twosome. So do you want to say hello to all my listeners and I'll say hello to your listeners? Is that all
Hello,
right?
hello to the millions of listeners to Danny Drayton's Monday Night Chat Show, which is at 8 o'clock on a Monday. Definitely 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock Monday night. Have I mentioned that it's at 8 o'clock on Monday night? 8 o'clock on Monday night. Thank you, Danny.
Well, that's exactly right. And that's how my promo goes. I just wanted you... Well, hello to all your listeners. I wanted you to introduce the last song tonight for me, if you would, live on air.
I would be happy to do that. I would be happy to do that. But the moment
Right,
you start, the moment you start playing it, I'll have to whack the fader down because I can't do
Yeah,
music.
no, I'll take
Okay.
it off. You won't be able to hear the music.
May I know
So
the
we're
name
gonna
of the
finish
song?
We're going to finish off with this one. Thank you very much for Chris. Thank you very much for all my listeners. Tonight, we've been playing songs about places. So we've been all around the world. We've been to Bangor, and this time we're going to go to New York. Can you guess what the song is, Chris?
Yes, I think I know what it is. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Frank Sinatra with New York, New York.
Oh, he's good. Thank you, Chris.
Bye.
Take care.
Love you.
Always listeners.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. It's one of those double. Oh, we were on the radio and the television at the same time. It's marvellous, isn't it? Eh? Marvellous. Thanks very much. Let's do some of your text messages there. If you want to call in, 0208 144 3477. Be nice to hear from you. Are you nervous? Maybe you've never called in and you want to, but you're really nervous, okay? Don't know what to say. How many of you are like that? Oh, I really want to call in, but I don't know what to say. I'll pick that up straight away, don't worry, and I'll drag it out of you, okay? I'll try and get you talking if you want to. Why should you miss out? Why should anyone miss out, you know? I know there's many more people watch than send any messages in. There's far more people watch than ever send a message in. And I know that, and we know you're there. Silent listeners and viewers, we call you, don't we? Silent viewers. You ever want to send a text and you've never sent one in before, please feel free to do so. Just put your name there. Maybe your whole name or your first name and where you are, you know, like Chris Bracknell, whatever like that, and I'll read it out for you. Don't feel that you can't be involved just because you're not in a chat box. Most of the people are not in the chat box, okay? There's only a few people in the chat box. So if you ever want to send a message, something like that, or a phone call, feel free. John says, I know you can see the beauty in me, Chris. Don't fight it. Just tell me I don't bite. No, I can't. Sorry. It's a good job Sherry can, your helper, stroke wife. And besides, why are you sending messages after 8:30? Sherry, he's got the phone again, darling. He's got the phone. Take the phone off him, Sherry. Dear me. What's going on with her tonight? Danny's on the phone. Hello, Daniel.
Aha!
Hello. Ha 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 ha. How are you? All right.
Yes, I'm feeling really good.
Have you
I
now?
like this new. There's this new thing happened about that. You mentioned Matt Hancock earlier.
Yes. Matt
And some-
Karaoke Queen Hancock is the correct title of him.
Yeah, well, even better than that, somebody has been uploading videos of the end bit of when they end the daily coronavirus briefing, right?
Yeah.
And
What happens at the? I don't think I've ever stayed till the end. to be honest.
No, well, nothing. They just say let's go, and then it goes. That's it. Then it goes back to the news.
Right.
But in this bloke's mind, it's the end of other program. It turns into the end of other programs.
Yes.
So, and the best one of all is when he's done it to Heidi High. So Matt Hancock goes, and that's all for today's coronavirus briefing. We'll see you tomorrow. And then at the bottom of the screen it comes up, you have been watching, and there's da 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 dee da 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 da. Have you got some news? I got the blues. Join in the fun in your blue suede shoes on the holiday rock.
We love a bit of comedy. We love a bit of comedy. I'm convinced, right? I'm convinced that's why Boris is so popular, because he's funny. He's funny. And the sad thing is, the people that really hate him, the more they attack him, the more everyone else seems to like him.
Yeah.
It's because he's got a sense of humour. When is the last time we had a politician with a sense of humour? Oh, Cameron didn't really have one. Theresa May did when she was doing that dancing, didn't she?
I missed that.
Tony Blair, I mean, he was a bit... I don't think he did do any funnies, did he? He didn't do any funnies. But
the only funny bit about Tony Blair was that bloke who, otherwise known as Jonathan Pye, obviously a made-up character, who appeared on some Australian mock the news type programme. And there'd been a thing in the news about Tony Blair that week. And he said, for the latest, we go to the UK with Jonathan Pye. And then he forgets he's on camera and he goes, oh what, Tony Blair? Oh, him. Oh, well, he's that one. He's like the turd that won't flush, isn't he? Just when you think he's gone, back up he comes.
Oh, dear. Well, I mean, we don't really do politics on here, but the comedy thing there is he's just got it. You know, he gaffs left, right and centre. He called all the gays bum boys once, and I'm just sitting here laughing. Other people, wow, I can't believe he said that. Oh, we're so offended. It was a joke. Why can't you see that? It was a blooming joke. We are bum boys. That's it. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it.
And the other thing is as well that I've had going on. This has been a few weeks now. I've had this back, and
what?
I haven't. I know I've kept this under wraps because I didn't want to get too cocky over it.
All right, okay, we're getting excited now. What is it?
Yeah, the fact that Daniel Woodhouse has got his eBay back.
Didn't you have eBay then? Did you do something wrong?
I was taken off it over a cock up that happened over selling back in 2019.
Right.
But it seems like because they've changed their payment policies that now that PayPal is no longer involved, you see.
Is PayPal not on eBay anymore?
No.
Oh.
Now you just get paid directly through the banks.
Oh, why is that then?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they just want to make your life a bit easier, I suppose. Cut the cost out.
You see, I quite like the whole PayPal thing because it kind of puts someone else in between you and the bank. Do you know what I mean? So you kind of got two. I don't know. There's something about PayPal that's actually quite cushy. I can't explain it. I mean, I like the fact I can go on the Amazon, click a thing, and it's done. And just, and the PayPal thing is a bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although they changed it recently. I changed mine so that, and it's the same with American Express or any of them things. If I try and buy something now, right, I have to text a number. It texts me what are you eating?
I'm not eating anything at the moment.
What's that crackling noise? I can hear a bag of crisps you lie and get.
Oh, it might be what I've just talked from earlier on.
Yes, I can hear those crisps. Don't be sitting there.
Anyway.
You can't secretly eat crisps, mate. You might be able to suck a polo mint or something like that, but you can't secretly eat crisps. Yes, so I get a message and then I have to text like a confirmation code or something like that. And I find that quite good. Well, I didn't know PayPal and eBay had sort of divorced, so to speak.
Yeah, but it's just very strange that it seems like someone down there at eBay HQ has not set everything up right. And I think I tried it last year, under a totally different name, and they still knew who I was. You couldn't.
Oh.
There was something that one bit of information you couldn't. That was obviously personal to you, and but now it looks like someone's just forgotten to do something.
Oh, I didn't. I
And
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
yeah, so it's really worked in my favour, and I'm pretty grateful that.
Why has
all
that?
the-
Why has that worked in your favour? The fact that it's not PayPal anymore. What's
Well,
the difference
well,
to
because
you?
what I mean is that because if you go back about a year or two, right, when I was trying to get another eBay, you'd go so far putting your personal information in, right, and then it had realised that their system would realise there's a duplication here of data, you see, so it would detect that you're the same person trying to get back on eBay again. Now, when I've gone to do it, it seems like because of that, it's worked. It's worked now, and then I've realised that because there's no PayPal involved. It's funny, it's worked when the PayPal's been taken out. You see, so that's what's making me think that they've, where they've been having to set up the system again, they've forgotten to do something to check for any matches, and it's now giving free rein for people like me to come back on. That's what I mean.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yes. So that's just a thing for everybody to take into account. Always be aware of someone else's misdoing. Because it could end up being a good advantage to you.
I'm gonna have to go now because I'm starting to fall asleep. To be honest, Daniel.
Oh, Chris.
It just become really boring. Then I'm sorry, mate. I mean, you wouldn't want me to lie to you. It's always best to be honest, don't you think?
Well,
Did your mum teach you that? Did your mum teach you not to lie?
Well, of course she did, but then in this day and age,
Yeah, see,
so
I
many
can't,
lies about that,
If I
sometimes-
was to say to you that was a really interesting conversation there, I would have to go to confession. God knows it's been a few years. And, if I was to go to confession now, probably Shania would hear my confession. I don't know if she's got that high up in the Catholic Church. Well, she must be. I think Shania does. Oh, she might be doing the rosary now, so she's probably not with us now. But if she was doing confessions, I'd probably have to book in there for a month. And a comment of me saying to you that call was interesting would add more time to that month. You see what I mean? So I can't. I'm sorry. It was a really boring call.
Oh, I'm very sorry, Chris. Well, would you like to just give me something to talk about? If you like to give me a subject.
Well, you've had 8 minutes, dear. How long do you want?
Well, sometimes, Chris, I do need a good prompt.
I'd love a prompt. Oh, I don't know. Let's have a look here. Have you ever found something that you own is worth a lot? Now, I'm going to come back to you. Stay there. Stay there, don't go. Just going to mute you for a moment. So if you want to have some crisps, now is the time to do it. I'm going to put you on mute for a couple of minutes, all right? Have you ever found something that you own is worth a lot of money? I ask this because we've got a couple of stories here, actually. I'm only going to read one out to you. Antiques Roadshow, you ever watch that? I kind of dip in or out of it. I'm not like... Yeah, wow, this is on there. Because it's the same old crap all the time. Do you know what I can't stand about that show? The stupid bit at the end where they all link arms and kick their leg in the air. What's all that about? It's not Morecambe and Wise. Why are they doing that? It gets on my nerves, all that business. Anyway, Antiques Roadshow. One Antiques Roadshow guest was overcome with emotion on Sunday evening as he brought his late father's Rolex in for evaluation. Now, as soon as you hear the word Rolex, you're talking a lot of money for a Rolex, right? An awful lot of money. My friend, I was his best man at his wedding when we went to St. Lucia some years ago now. He married a beautiful lady, I think Shona. She was Irish, beautiful girl, Shona. And very sadly, some years later, she died of breast cancer. So he's on his own with his daughter. I think his daughter's now 19 or 20. Anyway, and I was Andy's best man. And he had a Rolex. And he would literally, on the beach, take it off his wrist and throw it onto a towel on the beach. And I'm like, there's 20 grand a watch. I would never have a watch 20 grand. I don't have stuff like that. Don't want stuff like that. And the worry, surely the worry you'd have of losing a 20 grand watch, you know. For my nephew's 18th birthday party, Jimmy, me and my mate took him to Harrods. I said, you can get some clothes in Harrods, come on. And we had a meal in there. Christ. Burger and chips, 3 burgers and chips. He had a glass of Prosecco and I had a Coke. 110 quid. Jesus. But we were in Harrods, so that's okay. Couldn't fault the food. That's just how it is, right? Anyway, and while we were in there, his hero football star happened to be in there buying a watch. Jogba or Jobba, something like that. Very famous Chelsea football player. And he was so excited, and my mate took him in and said, do you mind if we have a photo? This bloke's in there buying a watch, but he was lovely. The bloke was lovely about it. Yeah, come on then. Took his photo. My nephew and this football player. It's an expensive watch. Well, this bloke had a Rolex. The middle-aged man was joined by his wife and children as he showed off the stunning watch. Thanks very much for your messages coming in. I'll come to those in a moment, gang. The middle-aged man was joined by his wife and children as he showed off the stunning watch, which he said his dad gave him just months before he passed away. Speaking to expert Richard Price, the man explained that his father had purchased the watch back in 1972 for £132. Now, if you're over 50, you will know £100 in the 1970s was an awful lot of money. A huge amount of money. £100 was a huge amount of money in the 70s. Right? He's got the original invoice along with 2 straps. It means absolutely everything to me. It's part of my dad. Very, very special watch that is, and it will be forever, he says, as his family stood behind him. So I don't think he took it there. I mean, some people take stuff there to value and then immediately sell. They want the cash. You can understand that. But something like that, whether it's worth £1 or £10 million, it's not, and your father gave it to you, it's probably not something that you'd want to give away. I have a watch here. 2 watches. That was my father's. Okay. Little watch there. It doesn't work anymore. And that was a present from my mother and father, which also doesn't work. And it's engraved on the back. You know, these are not worth like £10,000 or anything like that. Probably just an average watch, but I would never get rid of those, something like that. He's probably the same here. Describing it as a lovely watch, Richard spoke a bit about the history of the watch and said the straps alone are worth a chunk of money. With a receipt and the straps, it's going to be around £20,000. That watch is now worth around £20,000. Understandably, the man was overcome with emotion when he realised just how much his father's precious watch was worth and was speechless for a moment. And he's straight on eBay. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. He later says, my dad loved this programme and he would love to see his watch on here, but he wouldn't have cared what it was worth. No, and I think some things are worth more than the value in money, you know? Some things are worth a lot more than the value they are in money, really. And I was wondering about that. Have you got anything, what about you, Daniel? Have you got anything there that might be worth quite a lot of money?
What, mate?
Have you got...
Oh,
pardon?
hang on,
Are you even
sorry.
listening?
So I'm just having a piss. I'm just...
Oh, God's sake.
Got to get up off the toilet now. Hold on. That's better.
Oh,
with
my
prostate.
God.
Oh, my God. Sounds like I've got a Tony Blair down there. Anyway, have I got something that's worth a bit of money here? Well, I probably have.
Just a minute. I heard the toilet flush. I didn't hear the roll of paper being pulled off the wall.
What do you mean you didn't hear the roll of paper? We don't have a roll of paper on the wall. It's down there on the floor.
You don't have a toilet roll holder?
No.
Wow.
No, I was surprised I got in here. That was the one thing that just wasn't here when I got in there, you know. And I'm no good with a drill.
No.
So anyway, what have I got of value?
Yes, do you have anything that is of a great value, you know? Or anything
Probably
that you
not
might
on
have
the
found,
Antiques
or anyone
Roadshow
else, anyone else
level.
who's watching the show. Go on, what?
Probably not on the Antiques Roadshow level of things.
Right.
I've got stuff here that is actually rare, but only from like my generation when I was a kid. I've actually got the Ravel Countdown board game here from 1984 that was never available in the shops. You only got it if you was a contestant on the show.
Countdown. Did it?
Yeah,
Did it?
Countdown board game,
Ooh.
but you never got it if.
Did it come with a light-up clock? Can you buy a
you
countdown
only get a
clock?
bit of egg timer with that.
I wonder if you can buy a countdown clock.
There has been a sort of thing. It's all toy stuff, really. You know, it's not.
Is
I mean,
it?
even the cards in these board games are just rippable cardboard. They're not like the lino that they actually use on
Yes.
the program. Anything else of value? I mean, I don't know. Could books be valuable?
Yes, they can be. It depends what they are, really.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the bookshelf there.
Depends
I've
what
got
they
the
are.
book of Call My Bluff.
Countdown clock. Oh, Amazon. Look, hang on a minute. Amazon. Oh, no, it's Alexa Skills. No, that'd be a skill off Alexa, wouldn't it? I suppose. Yeah. Yeah.
I've got another board game that I bet you didn't know about.
What one's that?
It's called Psychology Slander Intuition, or PSI. It's a game that asks really only one question. That if you was, for example, a fruit, what fruit would you be?
Oh, I think I'd be a peach. I get my peaches from Georgia. I get my weed from California. La 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 la. Oh, I put the wrong version of that on in front of the children on Saturday. Gary's wife was not impressed. She said, "Have you got the clean version, please?" Because there's a few swear words in there. Not too bad, but yeah, I understand that.
In fact, there's a nice Rolodex of cards here that says, what's that on the back? Oh, there's loads of these subjects here. I think you might like this one, Chris. If you was an item of nightwear, what would you be?
Oh, a pair of pants. I'd like to be as close as possible to to people, you know, as a pair of pants. Yeah. I would like to be a pair of Mark Bowles' underpants.
Oh yeah, I bet you would. Yes. Yeah, thanks. If you was an ornament, this is going with the Antiques Roadshow thing. If you was an ornament, what would you be?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't be a Buddha. I don't think. Well, I might be a Buddha. I might be after my bag of crisps that I've got saved up for after the show tonight.
Yeah. If you was a vegetable, what would you be?
A potato.
No, just a potato.
Well, I think you've had your time now, dear. Thank you very much for your show,
right,
for your
then.
call tonight, dear.
I'll keep some of these cards by my side for next time.
Please do, and we'll speak again very, very soon, probably on Wednesday. Cheerio.
All right then, Chris.
Bye, Daniel.
All right, see you then.
Daniel in Romford tonight. Thank you, Daniel. Let's do some of your messages. Hello to Fran Green. Sarah Cox is doing Eurovision on Saturday instead of Rylan. He's still not well. Oh, what's wrong with him? Has he got coronavirus? Oh, I hope he's all right. I don't like to hear people that aren't well. Danny Drayton says thank you. And nice to talk to you on your show today, Daniel. Or maybe you're still on. I don't know if you do 1 hour or two. Hello to Graham Meacham. Hello, Graham. Graham Meacham. Wow, how lovely to see you pop up on there. I hope you're still with us. I think you've been waiting a while for this message. Sometimes the messages, I can't read them out straight away because obviously I'm talking to people and doing stuff as well, but I do get to them eventually. Hello to Graham Meacham today, and he's got DJ Marcia visiting me here in Blackpool. He said you're wearing well. So are you, Mark. Do you know what, Mark? For some reason, the biggest memory I have of you, Mark, is a DJ at I suppose he hasn't DJ'd for a while. He used to be at the Bulldog in Brighton. Bulldog. I used to do Friday nights there, and he did Saturday nights there. He was there for years and years and years. Probably still is actually. Years and years and years he was there, and I came along and I did Friday nights 2 till 6 a.m. something like that. I used to do, didn't I? Oh, it was. I was so tired. I got so tired. In fact, I started getting ocular migraines while I was there. That's when it started. Ocular migraines. These are like, I get them occasionally, not very often, although I've had 2 in the last 4 weeks. They seem to come when I'm really tired. And it's like, so you see this picture of me now that you can see. Say in the corner would be like shimmering going on sort of, pretend this is the shimmering. Shimmering would be going on like this, right? In my eye. Both eyes, close. So it's not your eyes. Close one eye and the other one. They're both doing this in roughly the same place. And I have trouble seeing, certainly looking at the computer and being able to see what's going on when I have an ocular migraine. But there's no headache. It's just something like that, shimmering like that. Very odd, isn't it, really? And my best memory of you, Mark, is when you had that party at that house. I remember being in a very big room. You had a very big living room. Or it might have, no, I can see it now. You had a wooden floor. It was a living room kitchen, wasn't it? It was all open. And big windows at one end. And you had a little sort of afternoon soiree type thing there, didn't you? I always remember that, Mark. Hope you're still with us, darling. Thank you. Thanks for sending a message in, Graham. Lovely to hear from you. Graham was a big-time DJ as well. Copers? I can't remember where else. Where else did you DJ, Graham? Remind me. Alan Ross. Hello, Alan. I can tune you now. Danny Drayton is in finished. Enjoying your guest appearance on the show. At least it reminded me that you were on. Thank you very much, sir. Hello to Ronan. Good evening, Ronan. He's now moved into his flat in Bracknell. Loving the Waitrose already. I knew you would. You seem very tired of this conversation. What, the last one with Daniel? Well, I'm sorry. It did become boring when he started going on. I'm sorry. I'll always be honest with you, my darlings. That being said, you wouldn't want a show without a call from Danny, would you? Eh? Be honest. See, Danny is my sister's favourite caller on this programme. That's true. He's her favourite caller, Danny. Hello to Ollie K. Late again, Ollie. Terrible, dear. Terrible. I'm going to have a word with your father. Turning up late all the time. It's shocking. Do you do that at school? Do you turn up late at school? Pain and suffering for you. There we are. I listened to a bit of you and your dad's show the other day. Dad and Lad show. Saturday, wasn't it? Very good. Very impressed with your mixing, Ollie. Very impressed, sir. Gary Ross. Oh, Gary sent me something. Gary has sent me something. Just a moment. Just a moment. Oh, I can't see that yet. But I'm sure you have. One moment, please. Why can't I see that? One moment. I can't get into that at the moment, I'm afraid. Usually I can. Strange, isn't it? Thank you very much, Gary. Gary has sent in a little tip. I was getting to the point where we were going to have to turn off one of the lights. You know that. Thank you, Gary. Always sending in little tips. Thank you very much, Gary. You're very kind. Very kind. John Parrish said, why has John Parrish still got the phone, Sherry? Take it away from him. Most precious thing I have is my lovely wife and carer, Sherry. Isn't that nice? Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Roy Brownlow's got 6 signed records by Ken Dodd. Wonderful. And also an original Paul Daniels magic set worth £100. Yeah. It's funny, some of the stuff you keep all the years. I've actually got 2 boxed sets of records. Perhaps I'll bring them. I might show them to you on the show on Wednesday, actually. I'll get the box sets down. I don't think they're completely unplayed, but I think they were played once. I don't know what value they'd be. There's Whitney Houston, the unreleased mixes. And I think there's a box set of Michael. Do you want me to get them now? Shall I get them now or shall I save it for... I'll save it for Wednesday. I'll show you the box sets of records. I've no idea what they're worth. But they've sat in a cupboard now for 20 years. More than 20 years. A lad who worked at Sony. At the time, I was DJing at a Black Cap in Camden. He used to come in and he used to bring me boxed sets of limited edition records. I've got 2 of those. Vera, good evening, Vera. Hello, Vera. Vera sent an email in last week, boys and girls. If I could just refer to my notes that I made some moments ago. Where is she? There she is. Yeah, she mentioned a program called The Great Songwriters on the television. And it was Seal. You know Seal? Those songs. What's the Seal song? Seal. 1990s, I think. Crazy. It's a load of records he has. Crazy was one of them, of course, wasn't it? Crazy. Seal. And she said there's a program on called The Great Songwriters Seal. What a great program. His voice is incredible. It's a shame that the generation we have now don't know anything about him. No, I don't think they do. No one ever mentions Seal. Ever. The problem is when you take a break from music, I guess it's hard to come back from where you left off. Anyway, I'm sure this programme will be shown again soon. So thanks very much for that, Vero. She thinks it was on Freeview Sky Arts, that one. And she says they show some great musical shows, documentaries, and of course, music concerts. So, yes, and you're quite right with that taking a break from music thing, you see. Because I kind of decided some time ago I didn't want to do the DJing anymore. It was in the 2000s. I just didn't like the music anymore. I didn't like the music, and my jobs had changed so that whereas before I was playing in clubs, and so I would choose the music and they would dance to it. My jobs changed and I started getting more jobs in bars than clubs. And in the bar, you were very much a jukebox DJ. Oh, hello, mate. Can you put this on? Can you put that on? And I would do that, you know. But I found if I tried to play something that was new or something they didn't know, they wouldn't have any of it. Have you got anything we know, mate? It was a bit like that. Whereas in a club, you could show them the music, if you see what I mean. Play new music to them. Oh, wow, what's this one, Chris? And my job changed slightly. And when it changed, I became disinterested, really. No longer did I have to spend 2, 3, 4, 5 hours a week searching in record shops and places for new songs because they didn't want them. I'd play these new songs and they just didn't want them. And the remixes, they didn't want the remixes. They wanted to hear the song that they'd heard on the radio, that particular format. And so my job changed and I lost interest and I came out of it for a while and I never thought I'd be able to get back into it, Vera, to be honest. However, Reach on Air came along. I've been on Reach 3 times. This is the 3rd time I've been on there now. It came along again and I've started doing a show on air and enjoying it. I thought, let's have a look at some of the new music. And I started really enjoying it. And now I can, if you asked me, if you said, is this song in the charts at the moment? I'll be able to say yes or no. I know the charts now. And for a few years, I had not a clue what was in the charts. So there will, of course, be a bit of a gap of a few years in my musical head, so to speak. But it is true, once you come out of it, it's difficult to get back into, but I seem to have done it accidentally, I suppose, really. By being on Reach, the music I play, I like to play half new stuff and half old stuff. That's what I like to do. I'm on there tomorrow morning, incidentally. There you go. There's a little poster. 9 till 10, reachonair.com. Okay? That's tomorrow. Vera says, my record collection, I guess, is worth quite a bit. Well, not necessarily. I don't think records are worth much money unless you have an original in a plastic bag that's never been played. They can be worth a lot of money. Or something unusual, perhaps. Best way to do it is to type it into eBay, see what comes up. I quickly realised my large record collection wasn't worth anything. They were all a little bit scratched up. They've been played to death. Of course, I was a DJ, played to death. So they weren't worth anything. So I just dumped them. I'm afraid. I actually gave a lot of them to someone as well. Evening to Colin. Hello, Colin. Thank you very much. Colin's enjoying the show. Thank you very much, Colin. Hello to someone finishing 96. Can you just come back to me with either your full name or your first name and where you are? Then I can refer to you by name. But whoever it is, your text number finishes 96. Evening, Chris. First time watching the show. Well, I hope you enjoy it. It's just a little bit of fun that we have here. Nothing too serious, all right? Ollie K was 69 minutes late tonight. Proves I pay some attention in maths. Only sometimes. I didn't do terribly in maths. I got E. We used to do O levels, Ollie. Yeah, it's A, B, C, D, E, U. U is where you've done so badly you don't get a score. And I got E, so I think I just scraped through. I wasn't very good at maths. I had no interest in trigonometry or protractors and algebra and all that. It was just all a complete and utter waste of time to me. But I'm very good with money, really good with money. I believe me, if you owe me any money, I shall remember it always. 5 pence, I will remember. But I didn't sleep for 3 weeks when I dropped 10 pence somewhere and I couldn't find it again. Usually down the side of the car chair. How many times does that happen, kids, eh? Dropping money down the side of the car chair, eh? Dear me. Now, just a second. I just see something flash up on here. What is this? Touch ID. Have you got a Touch ID on your phone? Touch ID. There we are. That's better. Oh, it's from Danny, isn't it? Sorry, Gary. Thank you very much, Gary. Thank you, Gary, for my tip tonight. God, you must be rolling in money, you and your missus. She's very pretty, Leslie, isn't she? Ollie says, basically... oh, hang on a minute. Where have we gone? You is basically you didn't turn up. Is that what yours is? Dickie Bourne. Sorry, Dickie Bourne. Hello, Dickie. Dickie's got a great radio voice as well. I think he's on Sunday mornings, 9 o'clock, if I'm right, on Reach On Air. Dickie Bourne. Nice music there. He'll play your requests and what have you. All right, gang, let's move on. If anyone wants to call in, don't forget that number's still open there, 02081 44 3477, either about something we're talking about or anything else at all, okay? Are there any houses in your road that are filthy? There's a story in the Star. This place is in Cheshire, which actually my Auntie Brenda used to live in Cheshire. She moved down here with her husband, Uncle Malcolm at the time, and they lived in Tring, actually, Tring, which is about 45 minutes to an hour's drive from me. Hertfordshire, Tring. A nice little place, really. And that's where she lives on her own now because Uncle Malcolm died some years ago. But she used to live in Cheshire. A home in Cheshire is terrorising local children after becoming overgrown to the point of intimidation. You ever been in a dirty house? I have. There was a job I used to do, okay, which involved going in and out of people's houses. 99.9% of them are okay. Some are a little bit grubby. My house is clean, but, you know, for example, in front of me there, I can see there's a bit of a layer of dust on top of the camera on the shelf there. It's not dirty. It's a layer of dust. It could do with it. But I know, you know, if I dust that, then it's going to move the camera out of the way and I'll have to reposition it. And I'm like, I can't be bothered to do all that. So it just sits there. And it's not, maybe that's why I sneeze so much in here. In fact, underneath this desk here, if I give you a little wide shot. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, so you sit under here, right? Okay. There are wires under there, and there's a lot of wires under there. With the wires is a bit of dust. But you see the problem. You know, if I start moving the wires around, you know what's going to happen. And then you'll fire up your equipment, and something won't be working because you moved it. And then you'll wish you'd never done it. I mean, I suppose... Yeah. I mean, I really should. Do you know what? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you with this little remote camera here. Look, we've got everything here. Right, I'm going to show you the wires under here, right? Look. Okay, can you see that all right now? And you see my feet are here. My feet go here, right? There's my feet. And sometimes I'm like doing stuff like this underneath the desk and I start kicking stuff. So that's my wires. Terrible, isn't it, eh? And you can see the problem. If I start hoovering and knocking those wires, it's a bit of a worry. But I would say my house is reasonable. We're not talking that insects in here or smells or anything like that. Unless I do a nasty fart, which is okay because there's no one else in here. So it doesn't matter, does it? Huh? Anyway, youngsters in the town of Widnes near Warrington are said to be living in fear of a monster house that is coated in overgrown vines and bushes. While adults in the neighbourhood properties are left fearing they could get stiffed with thousands of pounds worth of damage to their own homes due to the damaged roots and overgrowth can cause to bricks and mortar. Oh! I don't usually have that fader up when someone rings in. Good evening, Danny Drayton.
Hello, how are you?
Have you finished your show, darling?
I finished it. I just wanted to say thank you very much, and hopefully some of my listeners have come along to you because I promoted your show as well, and I know you promoted mine.
Oh,
so thank you.
That'll upset the 9 o'clock person. Who's on at 9? Or is it Henry? Is it Henry?
Henry Churchill.
Oh, he won't like that, my dear.
He never mentions me. You know how we all back reference and we'll say, that wasn't. Thank you very much to the next DJ and all that.
Henry's been there for years. He's. I don't think he's ever stopped. He's always been on. He's a real character, Henry. He turned up at one of my gigs once and looked for women, I think, but there weren't any there. Well, not for him anyway.
Not in the clubs. Not in the clubs that you played. No.
That was.
No,
Where did it? Long Island Iced Tea Shop. That's where he turned up. Long Island Iced Tea Shop, which was kind of on seven dials. Is it 7 dials in Leicester Square?
No, I've no idea.
Some way. Anyway, Danny, what you got?
What's that music playing?
Eh?
I can hear music playing now.
No, not from me.
Yeah, that's weird. That is. Anyway, what I was ringing up about was, you just showed your wires under your desk.
Oh yeah.
So I've got a similar thing behind all my computers. I've got all my wires routed.
Right.
And I've upgraded some studio speakers, and because all the old wires are all interlinked in it, I've not bothered taking anything out.
Oh, you've left the old ones there. Very sensible.
Yeah.
But
because it will go wrong if I take them out.
Yeah. The trouble is, they're now, and it bothers you, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does.
Sometimes it's just best to leave them as they are, because if you start tugging away at them, I'm always amazed. When you go to some of these studios and places like that, and then you go and see where the wiring, and it's all been like they've got those little, what are those called? Those cable ties and like little
cable tie, yeah,
trunking, and it's all so neat. And I look at it and you think, how do you do that? How do you make it look that nice? And I'm looking at these wires here, and I know if I took them all apart and put them back together again, it would still look like that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. No, we actually on a disco, we're really quite clinical about how our wires and stuff look. Yeah. We want to make sure they look. They want to make sure they look the business. When you're doing someone's wedding and stuff. So
when you're doing the mobile discos, well, of course, it's very different to when I was doing it back in the 80s. You just turn up with your. I mean, I was saying this to someone the other day. Back in the 80s, if you were doing a mobile disco, wedding, birthday, whatever, and whether you were in like a 5-star hotel or the local scout hut, irrelevant. Just the job.
Yeah.
Just depends where it was. And, someone would ring up and say, can you come and do a disco? Yes, okay, what's it for? Da-da-da-da. Okay, I'll come and meet you. And I'd go round to their house and meet them and perhaps have a little chat about it, what they wanted to do. And then you'd literally just turn up, do it, and come home again. And I used to hide my wires behind, the big square light boxes.
Yeah.
Right, so I used to put 3 of those in. 1, 2, 3, 5. There would be 5 of those in front of me, right across. So of course you could just drop the wires behind that, and no one would see them. Speaker poles. We never used to cover the speaker poles. I've seen this sort of material that people put in front of them.
Scrim.
Is that what it's?
It is awful.
Like a triangular thing, isn't it?
Yeah, like a wedding dress hung on a pole.
That's right, yeah. And I look at these things, and sometimes people put a light behind them as well. But we never used to have bass bins and tops. It would just be one unit, one big speaker. And I had some blooming big speakers. Oh my God, they were so heavy. They were so very, very heavy. I gave them away. I don't know who took those from me. I gave them away. But we never had, like, when I went on to polls, you know, like speaker at the top of the polls, the poll was kind of part of the look up of the setup, you know. We didn't worry too much about that sort of thing. These days, when I see some of the modern setups, which probably you've got, they look far, far better than what we had in the 80s. But like I say, you'd book us.
It's progressed, isn't it? It's all progressed, isn't it? The equipment.
But it's also become more complicated. Like when we, as I say, you get a phone call, and basically you get the phone call, agree to do the job, you turn up, do the job, thanks very much, there's your money, go home. Now there's all this pat testing, got to have insurance for this, otherwise they won't let you set up. It's very, very different now. Very different. Yeah. And of course it costs you more money to do it.
DMX license. I know Dickie's tuned in. You mentioned Dickie earlier.
Oh, not DMX. No, I can't do it. Go on. Can't do it.
I can't really do it. I have a go at it and it always goes wrong.
Does it? I mean, you see, I'm of a generation where if you wanted a light on, you'd push a button to turn that light on, and then when you'd off, you'd push that button again, and it would turn off. Now, you've got to give everything a bloody address and turn that one on, so that's A7, B236. And oh my God, no, I've never been able to do it. Never been able to do it. It's too complicated.
No, it is tricky. We're probably actually, Daniel was boring people. We're probably boring people now with tech talk.
I think you're right, actually. Yeah, you're probably right with that there. Tech talk. But it is more complicated now, I suppose. Yeah. Have you done?
Last time it was caravans, wasn't it? We were talking.
Was it caravans last? Have you done like a community radio or hospital or something like that at all?
Hospital radio. I've done hospital radio. Right. And I have done community radio as well. Yeah.
Okay. Not commercial.
Not commercial.
Tell me, what community station was you on there?
We were on, me and Dickie were on where I live in North Shropshire. It's called, we live in a place called Market Drayton. And there was a community radio station called Buttercross Radio because we have a Buttercross market in town.
Right.
So we called it BCR, Buttercross Radio.
Was it your station, like you and Dickie's?
Yeah. We funded it ourselves. We got sponsorship and stuff, yeah.
Okay. Is that still going?
Unfortunately not.
Was that money issues, was it?
The cost of all the license and the PPL and all that business, it just, and time. The biggest thing is time, isn't it? You've got to commit to it and do it. Oh,
Lord, yes. I had a little internet talk station once. I had a little internet talk station. It didn't run for that. Ross was on it, actually. Ross Patel was on it.
Yeah.
But it was a real nightmare, technically wise. And also, when you've got something like that, you get egos. Yeah? And we've all got one. That's why we do this. We've all got one, which is fine. But when you're trying to run it and dealing with, well, he or she says this and he or she says that, I'm like, why are you telling me this? That's none of my business. And I found it too much. And I swore I'd never do it again. There's a lot of people, what they do is they start their little show on a internet radio station, and then they get these grand ideas about starting up their own radio station. But it's the worst thing you could do. If you're happy, do a show.
We did it the other way round. We started our own internet radio station, and then we both moved on to Reach because it's just an easier platform.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It works well, doesn't it? All that, it's very clever how everything switches over and all that.
It is probably, Dickie always says it's probably the best. We've worked on a couple of internet radio stations, and it's probably the best for switch over and the whole admin side of things and booking shows. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it works very well. I did a couple myself, offshore music radio. I was on there for a while. That was quite good, but that involved you'd set your time, okay, and then I'd literally be on here looking at my clock, and then I'd start counting down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and then I'd start. And the bloke, offshore music radio, which was in Grimsby, was run from a bungalow in Grimsby, and he'd be listening to me count down and then fade it up and off I'd go, and that's how it worked. With the whole Reach thing, it's all automatic. I mean, how
Yeah,
clever. I'm
great.
just amazed at how it works.
It is clever. All for a £5 a month. It's good, isn't it?
£5. Absolute bargain. Cheaper than going football matches, mate.
I don't do football.
Oh, you neither, no? Oh, okay. Okay.
I hate football.
Yeah, me too. Never mind.
Good.
Well, nice to talk to you, Danny.
And you take care. And I think, make sure the number is on the screen. Dick, you might get a call from Dickie. Try and get Dickie to call in. He is a font of knowledge.
Okay, I've actually got something to show today on the show, which I've struggled with something for years and years. I just want to finish this story now, and I'll come to that. All right, so hang around for that. It may or may not be of interest for you. It involves computer noise. You know computer noise that you can sometimes hear in the background. If you've turned the volume up and you've got a quiet song on, do you get that?
I don't. You get that? That's through interference from a mobile phone.
No, not the mobile phone interference. I can't do it now because I've got this new gadget in between it. But yeah, I'll do that in a minute then. All right, Dan.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for calling. Danny Drayton there. He's on Reach on Air, Monday nights at 8 o'clock. Just back to this story here, gang. There's a couple of text messages here. 1 minute. What's the red button in front of you, Chris? Oh, that's this. My niece bought me this for Christmas some years ago. That's my X button. That usually comes on when there's a boring phone call. It should have come on several times while you were chatting away to me, Roy, to be honest. Thank you, Roy. Ollie K, be careful, Danny might start blabbering on because he's on the Genius. Oh, the Guinness. Are you on the Guinness? And Ollie K can't believe Daniel rang in mid-piss. It's disgusting. I think he was sitting on the toilet, to be honest, Ollie. Let's go back to this story. Do you know any dirty houses? Do you? I've got a picture of this particular house here. You wait till you see this. Look. There you go. Look. Imagine living next to that, eh? How can you let that grow out like that? Must admit, I've got quite a lot of growth in my garden at the moment, front and back. I'm getting a little bit concerned, but it's not growing up the house like that. That's unbelievable, isn't it? And if you see overgrowth like that, it's likely there's a lot of rubbish underneath there as well. And I've been in houses like that, doing a particular job 25, 30 years ago now. It says... property in question has been lying abandoned now for 4 years, with the wild plant-like life that has grown over and continues to expand over the property and becoming something of an attraction and an eyesore. Despairing residents have turned to Halton's Council Environmental Health Department. This is in the Star. But so far their appeal for help has fallen on deaf ears. The Liverpool Echo reports the locals are fearing they could themselves be consumed by the giant plants as wild imaginations stoked by science fiction novels take hold. You remember the old Day of the Triffids? Do you remember that day? It's a good film, isn't it? Day of the Triffids. Fran Green texts in, she says, Earwigs City. Oh, we don't like earwigs, I'm sorry. Oh, those little pincers they've got on there. I do not like earwigs at all. Where do they come from, earwigs? Do they actually go in your ears, earwigs? They're on almost the same level as wasps. I don't know if I'd rather be stung by a wasp or have an earwig crawl inside my ear. Horrible things. Hello to Michael Lawrence. Hello, Michael. He's hoping to come down to the pub on Friday. Thank you, Michael. Just a reminder, Michael, the karaoke's downstairs in the basement bar. That's £3. Upstairs is free. Okay, just so you know what's going on, then you can take your choice. All right, my darlings. Anyway, that's the house there. I'll show it to you once again. Have you ever been? Is there a house like that near you, I wonder? In actual fact, round here it's not too bad where I am here in Bracknell. There is a house up the road. There's a couple of kids there. They've always got hundreds of toys outside on the pavement, which is a bit naughty, really. But, you know, children, that's all right, really. Doesn't really bother me. Rubbish outside house, I can't bear. You know me with my litter. On my litter picking journeys that I go on each day. Eh? I don't understand people that leave litter outside on their little bit of grass. Don't get that at all. Ain't mine, so I ain't picking it up. That sort of attitude. You know. And but woe betide you if anyone ever catches you putting something in their precious bloody bin. Ain't mine, so I ain't putting it in my bin. People are like that. I came back, I had a particularly heavy bag that I'd collected with bottles. It was only a carrier bag, so not a massive bag. And there was a bin. I thought, I'll just pop that in that bin. So I did. I put it in someone's bin and carried on. Next day, I walked back up the same road, and the bag had been taken out of this is rubbish. In a rubbish bin, the rubbish had been taken out, the bag of rubbish had been taken out and propped up against the wall. Ain't mine, so it ain't going in my bin. And that's the attitude of people. Terrible attitude they've got like that. Not there, so they don't want anything to do with it. Fine. You want to live like that? Forget about everyone else. Not bothered about anything else other than their own agenda. Don't know how people can be like that. Earwigs, horrible things. Horrible things. Thank you, Michael. Vera says, is it Jumanji? I wonder if you could climb up that and go to anywhere. See, I went to a couple of dirty houses doing the job I did. One, I'll never forget one. It was in Richmond. Obviously, I'm not going to identify it. This is 30 odd years ago. And I knocked at this house. And the door opened. There was an elderly lady there. You know, I don't... Perhaps they just couldn't do this sort of thing. But this door opened and the smell hit me. And I had to take a step back. It was that bad. Hello, telephone engineer. Oh, yeah, it's over here. Oh, and I went in this house. And, of course, you don't want to show... Because it's embarrassing. You don't want to embarrass the lady's house. And I went in this house and... the dust, she said, it's over there. Do you want to sit down? Well, the dust on the settee was that thick. I'm thinking, where do you want me to sit down? Would you like a cup of tea? I mean, she was nice enough. Would you like a cup of tea? Oh, no, thank you. I'm fine. I've just had one. So that was that place. And I had to call the governor out. Hello, governor. You know, can you come down? I've got a bit of a problem here. Her phone's not working. I said, but it stinks in there. And he came round. And he stood there, and she said to him, "Are you disgusted?" And he said, "Well, yes." He said, "We can't come in there until it's cleaned out." She said, "Is your phone on a plug?" Yes. Okay. Get it out, put it in a plastic bag, leave it outside the front door. We'll bring another one round for you, and we'll leave it outside the front door. And we never heard from them again. That was that. And there was another one where I had to go in, and this place was upstairs. So there's some bags of rubbish at the bottom, which is fine, you know, where the bins were. And I went up these stairs, and he opened this door, this old fellow he was. And it was quite a clean house. Anyway, so I'm tracing this fault round, and there was an earth on the line, which means it's got wet. Generally, it's got wet somewhere. Okay? We knew this from experience. We knew when we saw a fault, we knew what it was likely to be, but not necessarily that. I've traced this wire into this room, so I've got to open the room. I said, "Oh, can I get in this room, mate?" "Oh, do you need to go in there?" "Well, yeah, the fault is going towards that way, and I've also checked outside, and the fault goes into that window, so I think there's a problem in that room somewhere." "Oh, well, can you put the wire around the other way?" "Well, I've got to find out where the fault is first, mate." "Oh, right. So you really need to go in there?" Yeah, I'm afraid I do." "Okay, I'll get the key." So it was a bit odd, you know, bloke living on his own. Old bloke living on his own. He's got this door locked. Anyway, he opened the door, and it was full of household refuse. Bags and bags of household refuse. And it was leaking onto the floor. And the smell. And I'm like, oh, and of course you can't say anything at the time. And again, I think I came out of there. I said, well, the fault's in here somewhere, mate. And I knew it had been due to this going off waste in there. It was obviously eaten into the plastic somewhere, I suppose. And again, I called the governor, and what we had to do was send around social services to clear the room out. Then we were able to go back in and fix the phone. But, some people live like that. Some people can't help it. What was bemusing to me was that he came down to open the door to me, so it's not like he couldn't get up and down stairs. Why would you keep rubbish like that? But some people have got some very funny ways. They do stuff like this. People collect rubbish. Funny, isn't it, really? So I don't know, none of you have mentioned that, so I guess you've never been to a really dirty house, I don't mean just a little bit of dust, like in here. Just a little bit of dust. Just a tiny little bit of dust. It's not too bad here. Now, I want to show you this. For years and years, I've had trouble with noise coming from my computer. Okay, basically the audio coming out from your sound card on any computer I've had, whether it be a laptop or something like this, if you turn it right up, you can hear it. Actually, I might be able to give you a demonstration, actually. At the moment, I've got a box in between the noise. So if I'm going to try and give you a demonstration of this, right? What happens when I turn my mixer up? I've just got to swap some wires over. And that will be coming straight off the computer now. Let's see if I can do this for you. Listen carefully. Can you hear that? I'm going to turn it right up, all right? Just a minute. Okay, so you heard that, didn't you? You can hear that. I know you can hear that. Computer noise. It's called computer noise. Now, I've looked this up on the internet before, and various people saying it's just one of those things you get with computer. And I've always had this. You can only hear it if you turn it right up. Well, I can hear it. Probably some of my songs have actually got this in it where I've recorded off the computer side, but you probably wouldn't notice. It's just that I know it's there and I listen for it now. Well, my mate says what you need to do is put a DI box, an earth removing box. We'll get a bit technical here, which is this. And I'd completely forgotten that I had one of these. This is the box, okay? Basically, your audio's coming out from your computer and you plug that in this end. Oh, hang on a minute. I can't remember what wires are what now. What's that for then? Well, what's that there? Hang on a minute. What's this here? Oh, there we are. Okay. So, there we are. That's my wires from my computer. So, mini jack into these two. That goes to your input here. Right and left. Okay. And then the output here. It's a noise hum eliminator, and that goes there, right? And I've had this for years, and I've only just discovered how to do it. It's my mate says what you need to do is put one of those boxes, and I remembered I had one, so I did it last night, and I was amazed. Completely removes all the noise. I'm going to plug that back into here now. Right. Now I'm going to turn it right up again, and you'll hear. Can you hear anything? Gone, isn't it? And I can't... hang on, I'll watch that volume there. And I can't believe how many years it took me to work that out. It was my mate, he said, put a thing in the middle. One of my other mates who does karaoke. Can you believe that? Can't believe that. It was such a simple thing. So no more noise. I'm very happy with that now. Very happy with that at last. Danny Drayton says, yes, you need an inline filter. Yeah, I wish I'd have known that 20 years ago, mate, when I first had a computer. All that time I've been putting up with that noisy computer. Not anymore. It was every single computer I ever had shoved out that noise. When you have to turn everything up to 10 to hear it, to be honest, It's not that audible. But once it's one of those things, once you know it's there, it's difficult to ignore. Bit like tinnitus. How many of you DJs out there suffer from tinnitus? You probably don't. If you're lucky like me, you can ignore it. I can ignore it. I can't hear it unless I listen for it. I can hear it now because I've mentioned it. And it's quite loud, but I'll forget about it in a minute and it will go. Not everyone can forget. I'm one of the lucky ones. Not everyone can forget that noise is constantly in their head. And if you're one of those people, my heart goes out to you. That must be terrible. But at night time, I can ignore it by perhaps listening to the clock. Something like that. Ronan says, content creators are basically... porn stars now. I think you're right there. They are. It's all about getting them out for the lads, isn't it? That's what these TikToks are. I mean, practically every lad on here has got no top on the TikTok things. Doing those dances. That's what it is. Soft porn. That's exactly what it is. Shocking. We must have a cup of tea soon, Ronan. Perhaps in the Waitrose Cafe. Would you like a Waitrose Cafe tea? Do you want me to put you in the diary now? When do you want a Waitrose cup of tea, Ronan? When are you free? 12 o'clock one afternoon. That you can be my exercise, so to speak. What I'll do is walk down to Waitrose from here. It's about 45 minutes here. There, 45 minutes back. When do you fancy a cup of tea at Waitrose? I'll buy you a cup of tea at Waitrose. You might... No promises. You might get a cake as well. Cup of tea in Waitrose. When? Come on. Tell me when. Hello to Rob Kershaw. Hello, Rob. Hello, Rob. Guess who? I haven't watched for a number of shows due to my hectic work life, but used to be a regular watcher a couple of months ago. I know that, Rob. We know. What work you doing though? What's kept you away? Roy says, I get strange noises on my computer, only when you're talking, though. Thank you very much. Thank you, Fran. Fran sent me retinal migraine. Retinal migraine, ocular migraine, is an eye condition that causes brief attacks of blindness or visual problems like flashing lights in one eye. Now, I think I get them in both. So I haven't had them for years. I had them about 11 years ago when I was having a little bit of a health issue. I went to the doctors. They put me on these hospital special doctor put me on these pills, and very quickly it stopped. And I haven't had them for years. And they suddenly started again. Actually, when I was visiting the Seal Sanctuary a couple of weeks ago. I did get very tired though, and I honestly think it's brought on by tiredness. I really do think that. I was walking around and suddenly I realised, I can't see properly. It's a bit like that. You can't really see. You can see, but because of this little shimmering that's going on there, you kind of got to look to the side to be able to see, if you see what I mean. Does that make sense? And then I had it again shortly after the show on... Can't remember what day it was now. I had it here shortly afterwards. Shortly after one of my radio shows. Don't know why. Must be. So it's got to be something to do with tiredness. So it says here, symptoms, partial or total loss of vision in one eye, usually last in 10 to 20 minutes, before gradually visual returns, or headache. Well, it's in both eyes, actually. But it's quite right, 10 to 20 minutes usually. 10 to 20 minutes, maybe at longest about half an hour. Vision may become blurred or dimmed, or there might be flashes of light. Some people see like a mosaic-like pattern. That's what I see, a mosaic-like pattern going like that. Like a pattern of blank spots, which enlarge to cause total loss of vision. Well, mine don't enlarge. They just kind of shimmers like that in the corner like that. That's what it does. Apparently... Most cases harmless and short-lived. Eyesight goes back to normal shortly afterwards, which is exactly what happens. Causes: stress. Oh, yes. Stress, smoking, high blood pressure. Yeah, last time I went to the doctor, for the first time ever, he said, oh, your blood pressure's a bit high. I don't know what he meant by a bit high. I've got another... When am I with him again? I think next month, actually. Down at the hospital. When am I... Oh, yeah, Wednesday the 16th, I'm back there at the hospital. So I'll have another blood pressure done then. It's the first time they've ever said it's a bit high. Oral contraceptive pill. Well, I'm not on that. Bending over. I wish. High altitude, dehydration, could be that. Low blood sugar. Or excessive heat, one of those things. No mention of tiredness. Would stress be counted as tiredness as well, do you think, maybe? Something like that. Thanks very much for that, Fran. I'll have another look at that a bit later. And thanks so much to John Parrish. Oh, there's a picture of him years ago. Or do you want to see what John looked like years ago? He says, see what you missed. You must be joking. I wouldn't fancy you like that, mate. Are you for real? So, people actually fancied you looking like this, did they? Look. He sent in a picture of himself years ago. No, thank you. And what's that halo around you? You're looking like you're in a sarcophagus or something like that. Is that right? Oh, Roy Brownlow sent in a super chat. Thank you, Roy. Blimey, 2 super chats tonight. I'm rich. You have more money stacking shelves in Tesco's. Couldn't you put a couple of ones in front of that, sir? Weird C. Are you stressed? I get shimmering when stressed, usually followed by a whopping headache. Drink more water. Headaches is something I'm very lucky to say I've never really suffered from. Stress. No, I can't say. I don't know. I think it would have been overwork at the time. I'm sure just tiredness, to be honest. Weird City there. All right. Any more messages nice and quickly because we're going to disappear. Lines are now closed. The phone line has now closed. Don't try and call in now. If you do try and call in, you will go to answer phone. Go and try it if you don't believe me. It goes straight to answer phone now. Thanks very much for your calls tonight and chatting away on the phone there. I wanted to show you today Glenda's birthday cake. No, you haven't missed... Oh, look, there's Vera's asking to see Glenda's birthday cake. So we're going to show you Glenda's birthday cake. You ready for this? It's very, very nice. Glenda's birthday cake. Look at this. Oh, I say. Oh, God, look at that. Wait. You're going to see the slice of birthday cake that Glenda fed into her mouth. Oh, look. I do like a rainbow cake. Apparently, my mate was saying they do rainbow cakes at Marks and Spencer's. He might go down and get one. Pfft, me too. Actually, Ronan, are you still there? Perhaps we can go to Marks and Spencer's and get some of that. Eh? And there's her little dog. And look at that lovely little doggy. I don't know, did she tell me his name? Hang on a minute. Oh, God, that frightened me. I've still got a picture of John Parrish still up there. Glenda, where are you, darling? There she is. Hi, Chris. Oh, no, that's Friday's one. Where are you, Glenda? There's the request. Oh, I haven't got the email now. Oh, how annoying. But anyway, that was Glenda's birthday cake. Doesn't that look delicious? My mouth is pouring now. Fluids are coming out of my mouth and going down into my stomach now. Very nice indeed. Thank you, Glenda, for sending in your pictures. As always, gang, you can send in a picture if you want, for the next show. Always happy to put it up there. Chris at UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. Now, don't forget, we've now finished our Friday. There are no chat shows now on Friday night. Okay, at the moment, there's only a chat show on Monday night and Wednesday night on this channel. I am looking to put another show in so we get back to 3 a night, but it might mean we move all the shows back a day so we get like Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. I'm kind of going with Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday at the moment. Not quite yet. I just want to get the karaoke going and tie up a few things to give myself a little bit of time, all right? So at the moment we're only Monday and Thursday. You never know. Keep your subscription thing on. If you subscribe to the channel, okay, and have your notifications thing put on, now and again I do shove in another show unannounced all of a sudden. Okay, so if you have your subscription thing on YouTube, that little button that you push, it should go ping, and then you'll know. Or just watch the Facebook wall. I always put a note up on Facebook. Michael wants to know, do you know if the pool table is still at the pub? No, I don't, I'm afraid. I tell you what, I'm down there tomorrow. Michael, okay? Because I've got to put some wires in, ready for the karaoke. Ask me again to send us a message maybe tomorrow night, okay? And I'll reply to you, all right, to see if that pool table's there. Thanks so much to Fran. Thank you those of you that sent us a little tip tonight. Gary and Roy Brownlow as well. It's much appreciated. I'll see you again Wednesday night for another chat show. 8 o'clock Wednesday night for our next chat show. If you're doing anything later, our friend Alan Ross is on the radio. That's my one, isn't it? Alan Ross is at Reach On Air. There we go. Midnight until 3 o'clock. And I'm on there tomorrow morning at 9. Thanks for watching and listening. I'll see you again Wednesday night on this channel, 8 o'clock. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.